Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, probably with one of the more entertaining and real talk conversations that I could ever have with you based on my own personal life and my own personal experiences. But if you enjoy this content and you enjoy everything the good doc has to offer, you know the YouTube rules, man. We got to tell you guys to subscribe and notify and check out everything that we have linked in the description area below as part of YouTube formality. Now, let's go ahead and get into this one. I personally think, quite honestly, that I would be scared out of my mind if I found out that my young lady had a thing for black guys. Now, I'm sure plenty of you guys are confused, like, Doc, what are you talking about, man? She's dating you, and aren't you black? Let me further explain. I feel that is, I feel that if my young lady had a thing for black guys, I would be absolutely livid. I'd be a little bit nervous. And the reason that I say that is because, well, it's different to say that you are dating a black guy as opposed to saying that you actually have a thing for black men. Okay? Let me say that one more time because it bears repeating. It's one thing to say that you're dating a black guy as opposed to saying that you have a thing for black men. Now, when me and my young lady started dating, her celebrity crush at the time, remember this was a while back, was a young man, or he was a little bit older. He went by the name of Ian Somerhalder. Now, that name may not sound familiar to most of y'all. It didn't sound familiar to me, but he was on a show that was popular back in the day called The Vampire Diaries, and that was who she had a crush on. As far as local guys, her crush was James Reed. So it's not as if she didn't have crushes on men of other races. You know, she just so happened to be dating a black guy. Now, if my young lady told me that she had a thing for Denzel Washington, Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan, I think you start to see the trend. I think you start to pick up what I'm putting down. If my young lady told me that she had a thing for black guys, I'd be scared. And I say that to be funny, but I say that to kind of bring up a point. You know, me as a man, I have crushes of all different ethnic backgrounds. Yes, I'm dating a Filipina. Yes, I have attraction to Filipino women, but that doesn't mean that my attraction to other women has wavered in any way, shape, or form. It just so happens that I am who I'm with right now for a specific reason, and I'm happy where I be. But to say that every girl that I like is Filipina, you know, that kind of means that I have a thing, more or less, for Filipinas. Some would call it Asian fever. Some would actually call it yellow fever. I made a joke. I said something in a video a while back that was kind of funny. Because I was like, you know, I wanted to go to Africa with my pops and shit. And I needed my yellow fever shot. And somebody made the comment in my chat box. I will not say who it was, but they said, yeah, Doc, you got yellow fever because you like dating Asian women. It was a joke. I hope nobody takes offense to that or call it racist or anything. But it was funny when I heard it because I'm like, well, yeah, you kind of not lying about that. But to bring it back to what I was speaking on before, if all my young lady liked was black guys, I'd be nervous because that means that it kind of means something to be like, okay, you have a type of foreigner. So in reference to your relationship and how positive and how confident you are in what you have, it doesn't really bother me in any way, shape, or form. But if she just so happens to come to the US and she just so happens to be around black guys, okay. Now all of a sudden it's kind of like, okay, I know she got a thing for black guys, which kind of makes you be like, okay. Put a little question mark next to it. Again, that was probably for somebody who wouldn't be confident in a relationship, but I just wanted to say that, you know, just to put that energy out there in the atmosphere. Kind of thought it was funny when I thought about it. But, you know, like I said, of course my young lady is attracted to black guys, of course. But if that's all she ever liked, I would probably turn my head up a little bit. No different than me being a foreigner and knowing that my young lady dated a foreigner before me. You know, I kind of feel like to an extent the same rules apply. And maybe the same rules apply to you. Maybe they don't. Maybe you don't care. But I just wanted to put that energy out there in the atmosphere because I thought it was funny. All right, it's nothing to be taken seriously, but it does make you think just a little bit. What if your young lady who you're dating has a particular type of foreigner that she likes, or a particular type of man that she likes? Clearly, if all she was into was Filipino guys, I wouldn't even be in the picture, right? Clearly, if all she had a thing for is white guys, clearly I wouldn't stand a chance. So we talked about time and time again how young ladies have a preference, and there's nothing wrong with having a preference, but I kind of feel like if my girl's preference was strictly black, African American, whatever you want to call it, it would definitely make me think a little bit like, okay, so all you like is black guys, huh? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put that one in the question mark bank, and that's just me being precautionary. And that would be just me, talking out loud. Like, what if your girl only had a thing for a certain group of people? How would you feel? Definitely feel free to answer the question. Just a little bit of a dialogue I wanted to share with the crowd tonight. Like I said, Doc is not in any way, shape, or form insecure about what he's got. We've been there, we've done that. We've had our ups and downs, the whole nine. So, like I said, when you've been through it, this shit kind of just becomes mandatory statement, and you're able to have these particular conversations that maybe you can't have with other people. And I just bring it to the crowd to see how you guys would feel if your young lady had a thing for men of a certain race. Leave it down in the comment section below. Would you be nervous about it? Would you be skeptical of it? That's all I want to know. Ladies and gentlemen, has been fun. It has been real. Hope you enjoyed this one. Something intriguing, something to stimulate the mindset. This has been the Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Thank you for joining me in this particular video. With that being said, the Good Doc is officially out. Alis nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.